do couples recognize when they're affecting their spouse's mental health negatively? When you're causing harm to your spouse? Yeah.
Whether you will know or not.
How do you recognize it?
How do you recognize it? Yeah. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for the opportunity to respond to this question. Not everybody you see is normal. Honestly. Most of the time, you just see marriage between two crazy people. And this mental health we are talking about, we don't always find it diagnosed in the hospitals. If a person is going to the hospital now, they say, oh, you have fever, or you know. But if you say, I'm going to the psychiatric hospital, everybody will be like, yeah, subhanallah, what is wrong with you? We don't have the opportunity to actually examine what is happening to us. And you see, this deen is a religion of knowledge. It's a religion of wisdom, not wisdom. No. Not something you just wish will be. I wish I had a happy marriage. I wish my husband would listen to me more. I wish my wife will respect me a lot more. I wish. It's not wisdom, it is wisdom. And this wisdom comes from knowing ourselves very well. Understanding and accepting ourselves and doing something about it. If something is wrong with our mental framework, or something is wrong with us because of the lifestyles that we have created for ourselves, the wanting to please other people that we torment ourselves with, and the hormonal imbalances that we experience because we are aging, if we don't study all of these things, even when they tell us, we still will not get it. Take, for instance, when people reach something like 35 and above, for the woman, she may begin to experience what do they call it? Menopause. For some ladies, it starts much earlier now because of too much stress of life. So these premenopausal things give them a lot of hormonal problems that even they do not really understand. And so it sparks up certain behaviors, certain irritability, certain refusal to understand some things, certain kind of reawakening that, why am I doing this? Or why is he treating me like this? Most of the time, this lady has reached some stage in her career. Maybe she's now an assistant director or going to a deputy director, or she's now beginning to build her entrepreneurial things to a certain level. That age thing, we forget that it affects how we behave. The same thing with the man that is having midlife crisis. It's neither a young man nor an old man. He's stuck in between. It's the juvenile version of a teenager that's neither a boy nor a man. So they are stuck in between. A man that is of that age and a woman that's also of that age, the kind of mental things they are going through is now made worse by the fact that their children are now teenagers. So they have to cope with teenage problems. They have to cope with their own mental issues. And then they now attribute the whole thing to the crazy marriage. Don't you see it's complicated? So there's no need for you moving around looking for somebody your husband to tell you, your wife to tell you. You should be wise. Understand that things are changing. We have more distractions. Technology is either a curse or a blessing. And the lifestyles we are living is another problem. Nobody appears on Instagram without putting the best version of themselves. And then you want to live up to that. So, how will you know? Check the calendar. If you are people who celebrate birthdays, observe what are our ages. If you are people who have children that are now teenagers, observe their craziness and your own. And begin to see how you can refine yourself and define yourself. By that time, you take yourselves, both of you, into marriage refinery. Refine yourselves.